All right, before we get started, let me just introduce your panel and give you sort of the ground rules of how we're proceeding today. My name's Dick Lipton. I'm a partner at Baker McKenzie in Chicago. I'd say one of my few claims to fame is when I was chair of the section 19 years ago, I started the Law School Challenge. And my punishment for no good deed, under no good deed goes unpunished, is I get to judge the finals every year, which I actually enjoy greatly. And to my immediate right is Drita Tanusi, who's Deputy Chief Counsel in the Internal Revenue Service. Left, Diane Layden, who's a judge on the U.S. Tax Court. Far left, Armando Gomez, who's a partner at Skadden and is also a former chair of the section. So you can tell we all take this very seriously. There's a lot of fun. But for today, I am the senior transactional tax planning partner. To my immediate right is my very good client, Jo Bennett, who came because she cares greatly about her nephew. To my immediate left is our senior tax litigation partner, to whom you'll be addressing the issues that are the procedural related issues. And then in the far left is our client, Michael. And so you can view us in those roles for the purposes of this presentation.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott. My associate Amanda and I have researched and reviewed Mr. Scarn's concerns regarding his real estate investments and his notice of tax deficiency for tax year 2015. I'll be addressing the issues associated with the tax deficiency, but I think we'll start with the real estate transaction questions, and Amanda took the lead on that, so I'm going to turn the floor over to Amanda.
Good afternoon. The issues I researched are the gain realized on the sale of property 3, the availability of a 199A deduction for tax years 2018 and 2019, and whether or not Mr. Scarn could deduct the mortgage interest as a business expense on properties 1 and properties 2. The conclusions I came to are that he will realize $1.4 million in gain on the sale of property 3, that he will be able to get a 199A deduction for tax year 2018, but not for 2019. And the deductibility of the mortgage interest on property 1 would depend on whether or not the vehicle is used in his business more than 50% of the time. And as far as 2019, it does not appear that would be deductible as a business expense. It appears entirely personal.
So, Mr. Scarn, turning to your issue with the notice of deficiency you got in 2019 for your 2015 tax year, the underlying issues are they addressed it improperly, so does that invalidate the notice? The fact that you got it delayed, does that mean your timeliness, your petition to the tax court should have been deemed timely? And if all those factors weigh against you, what are your future options? Based on the current preponderance of the case law, that the fact that they misaddressed your notice of deficiency doesn't matter because you got actual notice. If you hadn't received actual notice, that would have mattered. But the fact that you got notice, even though it was delayed, does mean that that actual notice was served.
If I do this exchange you're talking about, will I still get cash like I'm getting in this deal?
You could get some cash. That cash would be recognized as income, but what you can do is you can use the proceeds from the sale and put it into a new property, and then that way you can further defer recognizing that income.
Can he take out an equity line on the new property?
If he's going to use it for his business, then yes, he could take out a loan on that, and then he could use that for his business and then deduct that interest. Okay.
But if he were to use it for personal items, again, like he did before, you would not be able to. And a clarification on the previous, I think it's only the portion that is the pool that would be deductible if it was deductible, because that's a capital improvement on the home. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, what we'd like you to do is step out for a minute. We're going to talk amongst ourselves, and we'll have you come back in just for a little bit of feedback.